I've just taken delivery of the second of these units. I have two of these Gear4Music SubZero SZW. I bought one and it came without the microphones, so they've sent me a whole new setup. So I've actually got two fully working setups because they come with two microphones. I'm just giving it a little test here. This unit is in the 863 to 865 megahertz range, which is okay to use in Europe. It's also okay to use in Britain. However, you do get a bit of risk of like taxi signals or something like that interfering. You can select your bands within that, but you know you can't guarantee you won't get a little crossover. So what you can do is pay more for like a Sennheiser unit, like £330, something like that, and they are in the GB, something like 640 megahertz, I think. But obviously you pay more. Now I'm using the tie mic at the moment, so I do lose volume if I do this. You can hear the rumble and all that kind of stuff. It sounds okay. It's not great. It's a bit bassy. There is noise on the unit. It's not perfect. If I were to compare this with a channel strip, however, Behringer do the UV one, is it? The Ultra Voice. That has an expander, and an expander, when the volume drops low, it will cut it down. So it's like a reverse compressor almost. It just gets rid of the bottom end. So you can set it up if you go quieter than whispering. Then it will just completely mute it, or at least apply significant gain reduction. That unit also has a compressor, which if I go really loud, will stop it from going super loud. So I can make it peak! And if I was using a compressor, I could make it so that that peak didn't go quite so loud, so you reduce the dynamics of the volume. So that's what I recommend comparing with any vocal mic. Now I'm reviewing this in particular for my church. We've been considering evaluating whether we should use these kind of things because we're using just like it's a knockoff SM58 really. It's not even a real SM58, and we get all kinds of things when the preacher does this, and you know we've got older folks in the audience that can't hear so well, so we want to get it as clear as possible. So I think we need a channel strip, we need some high frequency detailing on there as well. I wouldn't touch a parametric EQ, I'm not skilled enough, but I think that Behringer unit I'm describing is pretty much perfect. 130 quid, something like that, paired with something like this would give us much better audio. Anyway, this is it does give me a bit of woolliness, but if I look up, you know, you're still getting me, but you're losing it a bit. So that's a tie mic. The other microphone that it comes with on my desk here is like what we call a Madonna mic or a headset mic. So I'm going to switch over to this. I do need my headphones on, otherwise I can't hear what I'm saying, so I can't hear if the audio's all over the place. Where's the backpack? So I'm going to pop the cable out. You have to press in a little. There we go. You're now hearing me in the headset mic. It might be a bit loud. Let me get my ears in so I can adjust it. There we go. It forces the mic into my head. There we go. One in, one out. So you can adjust this by my mouth. Now this is much preferable because no matter what I do with my head, ducking and diving, slipping, bobbing and weaving, my audio is going to be consistent. So these are better for like a preacher, somebody talking on a mic, a conference talk. They call it a Madonna mic because it was popularised by Madonna. You can hear a little bit of distortion there. It's not perfectly clear, but I'll give it a little bit less gain because a bit more gain on the unit maybe. Takes a little while to dial in all that stuff. I literally opened this box about half an hour ago. So yeah, this is, you're going to get less mic rumble than you would with these. You will get obviously mic rumble if you're hitting it. So you want it at get the optimum distance so you're not too bassy. The proximity effect will mean I'm too bassy if it's in there. Again, there's not magic. What it gets rid of is the movement of the microphone. What it gets rid of is some degree of feedback because the mic's, you know, just by your mouth. And it's much more consistent, but I still think for the use case that I'm looking at, a channel strip with some compression and an expander and some high frequency detailing and a DS, because some people have very sibilant speech, some people have a lot of that in their speech. So DS will just take 1 to 6 dB off that. So yeah, I think this for the units for the money, 65 quid I paid for this. It's an end of line unit. It's basic. You do have some risk of interference. I mean, you do with any of the units that aren't in the GB band, really. I also found of the two outputs, you've got to use the XLR, otherwise you get a heck of noise from this. Mind you, the cable it came with is probably cheap as chips. But yeah, Gear4Music were great because the one unit I got was missing parts, and they sent me a whole other unit with all the parts. So thanks to Gear4Music. But yeah, for my use case, I haven't gigged this yet. I haven't literally just opened the box. I'll be using it in old folks' home, possibly in church. But I certainly want to pair it. I would want to pair any microphone really with compressor, gate, expander, that kind of stuff. So I think a channel strip is pretty much a must. And then I think we'll have crystal clear audio. So yeah, Gear4Music SZW 40. You can get handheld mics that pair with these things as well. So I'm going to give it a go.